welcome to Ekidel. My name is Justice Kumoka. I am your instructor. Today, I will show you how to create this kind of simple model, this steel model right here using Tekla Structure. As you can see it right here, this is a column and this is a beam. Now this column is being connected to 3 beams. So I will show you today how to insert a column and also a beam. And in my next video, I will also show you how to insert these base plates, just as you can see it here. So for today's lesson, I will just show you how to insert this column and this beam perfectly right here in Tekla Structure. So I will say that you should sit tight while we get started for today's lesson on how to insert a column and a steel beam right here in Protastructure, Tekla Structure, sorry. So let's get started for today's lesson. Hello, welcome to Ekidel. My name is Justice Umoka. I am your instructor. Today, we will be learning Tekla Structure software. And for today's lesson, we will be learning how to insert a steel column and a steel beam. Okay, so now looking at this right now, this is Tekla 2022 that I'm using. Then looking at this right now, this is the interface of the Tekla where we have already created our grid lines. If you want to know how to create these grid lines, I would say that you should just check on the video description below or check on my previous video. You will know how to create this grid line in Tekla Structure. Okay, so right now for the lesson for today, we want to create how to insert a steel column and also how to insert a steel beam. So right now, to insert a steel columns, I'll just click on the steel tab and then click on the steel column right here. And then I'll just quickly zoom up and locate the point of intersection between these two grids, and I'll just click on that point. And then automatically you will see your steel columns just inserted just there right now. Okay, so let's wait for it to load up. Okay, so just wait for it to load. Now, if you have not subscribed to my channel Ekidel, I would say you should just do that just now so that you don't miss my coming videos on how to do the steel connections between the columns. Okay, so right now you can see our column just here, our steel column. It has been inserted just now. Okay, so if you look at this now, you can see that this is our steel column, as you can see it here. So for you to rotate this to see this all around, you click on view and go to navigation and click on this set viewpoint, and then we go zoom out here and just click at this point. Now if you now hold down your control key and then click on your mouse button to rotate, you can see that. So for you to rotate, you hold down your control key and then hold down your center button of your mouse, and you can now rotate, move your mouse to rotate. So you can see our steel has been inserted, just our steel column has perfectly been inserted. You can see this right there. Okay, so right now we want to change these steel column properties, so that we can choose the sizes and also choose the kind of material for the steel and the steel grade. So to do that right now, I'll just double click on this steel column right here. Once I do that, double click on this steel column, a dialog box will appear just here. So you can see the name, which is column, and the profile name, which is on this profile name now, which means the size. So to choose the size, you can simply type the size here if you want HEB 200, and if you click modify, you can see that there's a change here. So if you click on this place also, you can see a series of different kind of sizes for steel. You can see HEA, you can see HEA, HEB, you can also see different kind of sizes. You can see that angle iron, all that. But for this lesson, I want to use HEB 180. So I'll click on HEB 180 and click on apply, OK, and modify. You can see that it's changing, and you can also see that it has changed here to HEB 180. Okay, and you can also see it HEB 180. Now the next thing is to choose the material, which is the steel grade. To choose this steel grade right now, I'll just click on this button right here, and then there'll be a table for my steel grade. I want to use steel grade 275 JR. So I'll click on this and then click on apply and click on OK and modify. So you can see that it has changed just here. Now in this place also, you can also choose to change your color to any kind of color that you want. If you want to use color 6, you can change that. You can see that it's changing. If you want to use color 1, you can see that modify is changing. But let me just say I want to use color 7 as it was at default. Okay, so right now, next thing to do right now is to you can also change the vertical position. As you can see it here, position, we have vertical, rotation, horizontal, top and bottom. Now what does this thing mean right now? You can see how this steel column is facing. If I click on this place right now and click on vertical rotation to be down and click on modify, you can see how it's changing. This face right now, this point was at this point at the middle, but now it is now at the down point, which means that your column has shifted. If you can see it here, your column has shifted from this from this midpoint, you can see column have shifted. Ordinarily, this column was meant to be centralized. Now, but if you want to insert your still column this way, you can also do that. If I go again and click on up here and say modify, you can see that it has shifted to this point. But now I want this column to be inserted at the midpoint of this grid, grid 3 and grid A. So I'll go to my vertical and click on middle and say modify. Look at what will change, what will happen here if I click on modify. This center point here will now be at the midpoint. So I click on modify right now, I can see it just here. Okay, so right now also in rotation, now on this rotation, you can see that it is front. This rotation right now takes care of this head here. This rotation would be either this, you can see that this T column, this T column right now is facing this direction. If I change this rotation right now, it will now, this place, it will not turn either vertical or the other way around. Okay, just look at it right now. If I click on this place now and click on top and click on modify, you can see how it's changing just now. If I go again and click on back and say modify, it's changing again. Again and click on below and click changing again. But now I want to use front, so you can choose anyone you want to use, but for this case I want to use front. So I want you to face this direction. I want this web, this flange to face on this direction, while this web will not be this way. So I'll just click on update. You can see right now. Okay, so I now have my flange on this direction and the web just here. Okay, so right now again on the horizontal position, if I click on this place right now and say left and I say modify, you can see what happens. It has shifted on the base from this point of intersection to the next inward. If I also click again and say to the right, this will come outward. You can see right now it will come outward because if you rotate now to see, you can see what's happening there. But I want this still column to be inserted at the midpoint of this place, so I'll go here and click on middle and say modify. Now the reason why I'm taking this time to explain this is because I want you to understand how to insert your still column based on the kind of structure that you want to create or want to model. Okay, now in this place right now, this is the height. You can see here top. This top simply means the height of this still column. You can see the height here is measured at, consider 4,000 millimeter, which is equally 4 meters. So from the base here to the top is 4 meters. So if you want to impute your height, for this case, I want to use 3 meter height. So I'll quickly click on this layer and put 3 and say modify. Okay, and I can see that right now that the height of the column has reduced. Okay, so again on this button right now, this button, you can just look at this place first. This is how it is, but normally Tekla comes with a default of minus 400. And click on modify, you can see what is happening here, that this column has come down, which is not supposed to be so. This column is meant to start from this point of origin, which is origin 0. So I'll really go here right now and put 0 and click on modify. Okay, so right now, knowing this right now, you can see that we have done this column settings. Now since we click on modify, you just leave every other thing here as default. Now since we click on modify right now, and if we close this right now, to now insert the rest and just click on escape. Okay, now if you now rotate, now you can see that what we have just inserted. Now we want to insert columns on all other points, which is this point, and all other points that we have here outer. So we now go right now and click on still again and click on column. Now once I click on column, automatically this column settings becomes these settings, because since we have already modified any column that we are going to insert right now, we take the settings of this column that we have already inserted. So right now I'll just click on this point to insert my columns just here. So you can now see that if we check these properties now for this column right now, you can see that it has the same properties that we have just set for this column. So right now, if you want this other column to have different properties, you just change everything to change right now. Like let me say if I want this height of the column now to be 6 meters, I'll just put at this top here 6 meters and then modify. You can see now that will have some changes just here right now. I can see that right now. But I want this place to be the same level at 3 meters. So I will go back here right now and change this place to be 3 meters and then say modify. Okay, so right now I'll just close on this right now and begin to insert for all my columns right now. So I'll just click on this right now and insert this, and then click on this point, insert this point, and then go again, insert this point and this point and this point and this point and this point. Okay, so right now we can see what we have just created right now. Okay, I'll go again and insert this point and this point and this point, and then insert this and insert this. Okay, so right now again I'll also put this same thing here and do the same thing here and do the same thing here, here and here. Okay, so right now the next thing right now is to insert at the midpoint of this place right now. So looking at this right now, the midpoint of this, from this point to this point is at this place. So I'll just quickly right now, I want to insert a stick column here, here, and here, and also here. The same thing goes to this point again. I'll insert. Okay, let me see what I okay. I put a column here and also put a column. I'll also put a column here. Okay, so here, here, and then I'll also input here and sorry, not there. I'll just delete that. I'll just do undo, okay, and then put that right now. Okay, so right now I can see what we have just done right now. I also want to input here and here, and also this point and this point and this point and this point. The reason why I'm doing this is just to show you how to insert column. Now you cannot see that we have set our column perfectly, but let me do it accurately to create a nice model. So to create a nice model right now, I'll just quickly go right now and remove these columns around this region, around this line, this axis. Take this off right now and delete them. And also leaving this, I'll just insert a column at this point because like we missed a column here. And I'll go again and so the same thing to click at this point, click this, click this, click this, click this, and click this. No, not this one. This one should be there. Sorry, this. So for you to do a multi-select, you have to hold your control key to select them together. So I'll just delete it. Okay, so we are almost done for just delete. Okay, so if you check right now, you can see that we are missing a column at this point. Okay, so let me first of all check the distance. The distance of this place is just 4 meters. So doing that right now, just click on. I'll click on view, no edit. Okay, edit and click on measure, and then say measure distance. And I'll just click to check the distance between this from this point to this point, which is giving me okay, measure horizontal, and then click on this point to this point. This is giving me 4 meters. Okay, so right now, next thing right now I'll do right now is insert my column at this point. So I'll just click on this T right now and click on this point and insert the column here. Okay, so is it that point? Okay, no, not that point. I don't want the column here. I'll just delete that. Okay, so right now is to insert the column at this point. Yeah, correct. So this point right now, and I'll click at this point right now. Okay, so right now, next thing to do, since we have seen that we have set all our columns, next thing to do right now is to insert our beams. So I'll click on beam right here, and then to insert our beam right now, I have to click at this first point here, and also click at this first point and the next column here. I can see our beam now have been inserted right now just there. So right now, we also want to change the size of this steel beam to also edit the material. So to do that right now, I'll just double click. The same process for column, the same process we have for beams too. So yeah, we just wait for here to come up. Okay, so right now the name of this steel member is beam, and then the size is HEA 300. Sorry, but we want to use HEB 120. So I'll click on this point right now, and then go and click on HEB. This is under HEA, so I don't want HEA, I want HEB. So I'll go and click HEB, and I'll say HEB 120, and I'll click apply, modify, apply OK, and then modify. So you can now see that it has reduced to what I really want. You can see that right now. Sorry, if you want to rotate, you just click on view and then go to navigation, and then go set out this, and then click on the point that I want to check, and you can see that right now. Okay, so the next thing right now is to, I think this place was not properly inserted. This one here, I didn't click at the midpoint here, so I'll quickly just delete that directly here. I'll just insert my beam, click at the midpoint here, and then go again, go all the way down here, and then click also at the midpoint here. Okay, so you can now see that we have a perfect insertion of our beam. You can see that, and also at this point too, we also have the same thing. Let me change the point of rotation because I want to see this end. Then zoom this also to see. You can see that right now. Okay, so right now, next thing to do right now, since we are still okay to edit this beam right now, just click that, and then we have already changed our size, which is HB 120. Now to change the material to 275 JL, so I'll go and just click 275 JL, apply OK, and then I'll say modify. Okay, now I want this place to just be the same as I like it here, else you have to start changing the same thing, just as I told you guys in a column. So you can also change your color right here to be, maybe say red, color 2, you can see that. But I want to use this color 3 that is here already. Okay, so I'll now click on close. So right now, the next thing right now I'll do is to start inserting all other beams. If I click on outside right now, you can see our beams right here. So if I begin to insert all other beams right now, click on this place, they will take the same properties that I have already used here. So I'll now click on this point and then go again here and click on this point. Go again here. If I click on this point right now, I'll go again right now and click on this point. Okay, right now again, I'll go again right now. Okay, let me say I want to just insert my beam on this area and then leave this place for the next day. Okay, so right now, I'll go again right now just to make this place fast, and then I'll click on these points. Now, to insert this beam for this column to this column here, to this column that you're seeing here, I'm not going to click directly at the midpoint. I will not click at the midpoint. I will click at the face of this place. So what would I do right now? I'll just go to my viewport view and then go to navigation, set that place and then click on this point, and then I can now rotate using holding down my control key and moving my mouse. Okay, so right now I'll click on steel and click on beam and then click at this face, this directly at the face here. I can see where I clicked at the face here, at this face here. Okay, so now go again right now and rotate and then go to locate the next beam and click directly again at that face, at this, not at middle here, not here, but at this face here. You can see that at the face here. It's not properly inserted. Let me then look at what I'm doing very well. Then let us look at it. Okay, I want to put it here, not here. Okay, so right now click on this place right now and click directly at this point. You can see that. That's the point I clicked. I clicked at this point just now. You can see that at this point directly. I'll go again right now and just try to locate that midpoint here. I can see that before I did from here to here, but now we are doing it right. Okay, so I'll go right now, locate the midpoint, the face here, and then click. Okay, so you can now see that beam very well. You can see the beam right now perfectly inserted. I'll click on escape and check my beam strength very well. You can see it there. The same thing happens to this one. And click on set this and these beams for this one. So let me just to make it not to look confusing, I want to just work on this model around here. So I'll quickly just click select this right now and remove all the columns at that point, and also the same the same thing goes here too. Just select this and remove all the columns at these points too, because I want to work on just these ones here, okay, to just have a clearer view. Okay, so next thing again now is to insert a beam from this place to this place. So I'll click on steel beam and then click on beam here. I want to view this point. So first of all, I'll click on this place so that I can view that very point. Very click on set viewpoint and click at this point, and then hold my control key down and then rotate my mouse button. Click on steel beam. And click at this face. Okay, so you can now see what we have just got right now, that our beam is perfectly inserted at the face, waiting for it to be connected with bolts to this steel column here. Okay, so next thing again right now we'll do is to also connect our beam at this point. So right now for this one right now, again and click at this point just here, not at the midpoint but at the point at the face here, because it will be welded to this face and not the middle. So I'll click on this face right now and then move to the next column which I want to connect the beam to, and I'll just click at the face here too. Okay, so again I'll move again and click at the face of this place just now and then go again to the way I want it to be inserted and then click at this face, just not that at the face here. Okay, the face here. Okay, so right now if you check what we have just achieved just now, you can see that what we have achieved perfectly. Okay, you can see what we have achieved just now. You can see that right now. Okay, so you can see what we have achieved just now perfectly, and also at this point also you can see what we have just gotten. Okay, if you also check this also you can see what we have just gotten too. Okay, so right now the next thing to do right now, I want to this span seems to be wide for me, although it's steel. If we check this right now, you can see the steel length 11 meters, although it's not long because this is a steel. Okay, but if you want to break it down, you can just quickly insert a steel column at this point and then at this point to break it down, to break that span down, and then just insert your steel beam from this point right. Okay, and also from this phase to the next phase that you have here, next phase that you have here. Okay, you can see that right now. Also, the same thing goes to this point. Also, click at this face here, to this face, not the midpoint, but the face of the steel column, and click on this place, and also on this face, and also move again to the next phase, also at this point. Okay, so right now you can see that just here right now. Okay, so again, this is okay. Then again, we will also insert a steel column here and remove this beam and insert it back, because we want to use a span of 5.5 meters. So just click on column and insert the column here. Where I want my pin to connect, and then click on the next face again, and click on this face again, and go to the next one again, and then also click on this face again. Okay, so again, I will also do the same thing for this point, because I'll just remove this column right now and I'll remove the pin and insert a new column, and then impute, and then just click on this point to insert my beam, and then also click at this point to insert my beam. I believe by now you have already known how to insert column and beam, because we have already done a lot of examples here on this video, on this lesson today. Okay, so I'll also click this point right now. Okay, so right now you have seen we have successfully. I also want to insert a beam along this point, so I will do the same thing here. Now this place right now, I'll just click on beam and click directly on this face, not midpoint, at this face. Once you see this triangular snap, I'll just click that, and then I'll also go again to the next again, and then click directly on this point. Okay, you can see that once you see that triangular snap, that means the edges. If you see the square, that means the center, the midpoint. Okay, so what you are looking for is that triangular snapping. Okay, we go again right now and click on this triangular. Okay, not the midpoint, but the edge. Okay, here point. Okay, so again I'm again right now and click at this point, and then go again, and then locate this point very well. You can see where I'm clicking, not at the midpoint, not at this place, but not at the midpoint, but at the face of this place where the pin is connecting to. Okay, so you can now see what we have successfully achieved just now. If we go right now to our view and click on navigation and click on this point, and then to view how this place looks like right now. This video right now will be on the connection, where we'll have to now connect this beam and this column together, which will now be on that connection. You can say beam. If you say beam and then click on enter, you can see the connections that we have. You can see that we have different kind of connection. You can see that. So in my next video, I will be doing how to connect this beam and this column together, either by welding or by bolting. So I will say that you should subscribe to my channel Ekidel if you have not yet subscribed, so that you don't miss my coming video on how to do this steel connection between column and then now also in my next video, which the video that will just come after now, is how to insert a base plate. So just right now I'm going to do a video also on how to insert a base plate, but not on this lesson because I have some things to do right now. Okay, so right now you have seen how to insert a column and also a beam using right here in Tekla Structure, and also how to edit the materials of your column and also the materials of your beam, and also how to insert a beam rightly so that you can have the best connection for the beams and for the columns. Okay, so right now I would say that if you have not subscribed to this channel, and also turn on your share button, and also share this video to your friends and family so that they can also know how to use the class structure. Okay, so thank you for today, and God bless you, and watch out for the next video.